Okay. So hello. Manuel. Bonjour, j'étais en train de commencer une vidéo. Pas de problème. Ouais. Il a fait une deal avec moi. Oui, parce qu'il sait qu'il veut une deal. Je ne sais pas c'est quoi, mais il faut que je laisse. Demain. Okay, ciao. Bye. I had to make that phone call answer. So let me get this straight here. So right now, to start this video off, I have a question for who is okay, it was my brother-in-law. Usually I would answer, and there's nobody on right now, and I probably should answer. It touches me down here. Do you know how many times I get touched over here? And who am I doing these videos for? I'm doing them for me. Sometimes they say spill the beans. So I'm going to spill the beans. It touches me right here that I'm not answering the phone, but I'm doing a video. And this is where I am, and that's what it is. And I know it's not important. Otherwise, it's too late. Oh, I'm guessing. I shouldn't say that live, should I? So this is what I want to talk about. Somebody asked me, why do you come on here and do all these videos and do them live if there's no one watching you? And I come on here and I do them for myself. I want to be able that should one day that I have to be public for whatever reason it is, that my wholesomeness, that the truth I speak and who I am is understood all through the years. And the longer I go and the longer it takes, really, the better it is. If I have changed, have I changed over the last 11 years? What has happened? My integrity? Who am I? How can you trust me? And there's something that I do have to say. I was looking for a name, and the name of this person was Alfred Lambremont Weber. Alfred Lambert Weber, I call him. And this is just very unique that that name was found today by somebody like out of the blue. It was like, oh my God. And what they had said, see, the beginning of this video is for me. Sorry about that. But you know what? I'm the only one here. Why should I be here? I'm not wasting my time. This is my life. When I get upstairs, or I'm upstairs, and when I go downstairs, 6 feet down. So now, why 6 feet? Why are we going 6 feet down? I'm only born with 2 feet and 1 life to defeat. So that would be 3 plus my shadow, and my shadow's life of I to defeat. So that would be X and Y, would it not? Who is I am if I am who is it? At the door, I am. Who is it at the door that I am? Who is I am if I am? Who is it at the door? I am. So I just want to look at some of these letters. The W is the 23rd letter. The H is the 15th letter. And the O is the H is the 8th letter. And the O is the 15th letter, equals to number 23. Just ironic that it does. Let me fix my autofocus, please. That's a whole lot better. So who? The word is can be represented in another way, okay, and can look at Roman numeral 1 with the S letter as the same time. If it was Roman numeral 1, it would be 119 or 911. If it was an I, it would be the 9th letter. It would be 919. The I is 9. Here is the IT, which is the 9th and the 20th letter. And the IT system is found in the network DNA. Why the network DNA? Well, here is net. It's also 10. Number 10 equals to 39. Position in the alphabet using the basic 1 through 26 English alphabet, with A equaling to 1 and Z equaling to 26, putting the T 7 away. Sorry, the T is 6 away from Z. Z, Y, X, W, V, U, and then T. Well, it's the 7th letter. It's a 7th letter from one end, and it's a 20th letter from the other end. So it equals to number 39, and so does net. So we have net, and we have 10. Now 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, right? We have 5 on the inside, 3 and 2, and we have 5 on the outside, 1 and 4, and that equals to 10. So 14 equals to the network DNA. DNA, it is the N, or the Sun transfer. The N is the 14th letter. The A is the 1st letter. The D is the 4th letter. There's a difference between saying 14 and 17. There's a difference. There's also a difference between 12. There is no teen in that word. So it's telling you a story. Do I have to tell you what the story is right now? I really don't. I'm here, my man. Are you still here now, or what time is it? 7:26, because it never shows anybody. I just want to know what that thing is. That thing, you know, that it says 0, that I. But anyways, I have to take my eye after seeing what it is. How you doing, Christian? You still here? Let me continue on. I'm getting off the subject. So number 14, why is 14 the DNA in the sun? Well, first of all, DNA is 041401. This is communication, and this is January 4th. This will happen on January 13th, 22nd, and 31st. It will happen again in April, and it'll be April 1st, 10th, 19th, and 28th. And then it's going to happen in October. And it'll happen October 4th. It'll happen October 13th. It'll happen October 22nd. It'll happen October 31st. It's going to happen 12 times in the year. It is communication. And there's many ways to look at communication and understand the way things connect. In the new rule of thumb that I look at, when my blocks are climbing, right, there's no support in this kind of block. So to lock these blocks up, let's call block 1, block 3, block 5, right? But in between each block, right? Because imagine if you were centering pillars, right? And you had to center pillars. You'd have to know where to put these pillars. You're not going to put the pillar here or here. You're putting the pillar here and here. So you have to interlock these pillars. So now you interlock with 2 and 4. So 1 and 3, 2 interlocking 1 and 3. 4 interlocking 3 and 5. So when 3 and 3 come interlocking, it's because of 2 and 4. The mathematics of 2 times 4 equals to 8 and 2 plus 4 equals to 6 is telling a little bit of a story. And one of the stories, and of course they're slow growing, comes out of the cubes and what they did with these cubes over here. You see, the cubes were made for the game for gambling. And if they were made for a game of gambling, they had to be made in consequence to their perfection. And if the perfection comes from outside this world, why not use perfection inside this world and just manipulate the odds? Doesn't matter the odds. You can make the odds the worst odds in the world. You just won't have anybody come to play. But the combination between the wager and the excitement and the odds and connecting inside and outside this world to your true vibration, connecting to your true vibration. What made us leave that true vibration to know the difference between right and wrong? Why are certain things nobody's business? And why is there so much controversy at 50-50? So much controversy, 50-50, 60-40. Why aren't we more on a scale of 75-80% on deciding whether or not something should be logically, by the universe itself, be a freedom of choice, regardless? If everybody knew it was dangerous, okay, if everybody knew about the dangers of the world, what is dangerous and why? What can happen? And fake news or not, it doesn't matter, because you got to make it up. Before something happens, you have to make it up. You have to make up all the stories. That's what science is all about. That's why all the science is good and all the science is real, because the science begins here before anything gets touched or moved, before anything costs money. The money is where the mind is. When you get the best of all the minds, and then to mind your own business and keep it a secret. Why do you think? Why would things be such a secret all the time? Where did the word come from? In my new, I want to put together, I didn't do it, but I have to remind myself that I want to put together a system where I start the letter A as being valued at 1. And I want the A to have every single value all the way up to 99. And I want all the numbers to be able to do it and see all the combinations and all the words in the change. The thing is that once you use star system math, 9 times 9 is 81. 9 plus 9 equals to 18 plus 81 is 99 again. I ain't going nowhere. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. I guess they're still on the wall. So what I do is I take the situation. Since one was a multiplication situation, I leave it on one side. Since the other one was an addition, I leave it on the other side. Maybe I can put them together and create the star system. I'm not going to add them together. Although they add to 99, they will have an expression. One of the expressions of 99 in a result in the multiplication is Venus, telling me that in multiplication, okay, first of all, the cube fits here. You're not going to put a cube on top here, but a cube will sit really nice in between this over here. And I can even sit on the egg and have another egg. And I can sit between the 2 walls on each side. That's what that does. But Venus, okay, has 2 directions for Venus. Venus is a value of 2. In French, when they say the number 80, they are going to say 4 times 20. So I'm going to look around and where I can find all my 20s. And I want to see what's included with my 20s. Well, if it was a dartboard, I'd have 20 numbers. If you add 1 to 20, it equals to 210. All zeros are equal to 6. The spiral. The spiral doesn't start in this side of the world. The spiral starts before it gets to this side. Would you think that we are inside what is like a torus? There's a wheel on this side and a wheel on this side. One, as it turns around, all the other wheels start to turn. And then when the bottom wheels start to turn, the inside wheels start to turn. And then the whole planet starts to turn. And then we see everything turning because we're all working in conjunction with each other. So the stars and all the meteors that seem to explode seem to have just, they come back again just with a, I mean, you don't know what meteor that was? Well, I do. It changed its identity. It's a new name. Okay, I want to get back to what I was doing here. The dice cubes. Here is number 1. How do I not know or think that each individual cube is its own? I want to see if I'm going to stay on this because I might get lost. I don't want to get lost in this. It's intricate. I don't have it planned, and I don't have enough cubes in front of me right now. So in order to give a true value, if each one of these, okay, if each one of these were valued 9999, they're all nines, but according to the calculator, square the calculator, so I put 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. So if I had to put something over here, I'd have to leave that empty. That would stay empty. I can put this one over here, and I can put this one over here. Do you know why? Because the one, each one of these faces, if you take a look, 3 on the left, 3 on the right, but boom, 3 on the left, 3 on the right. I can cover the maximum going in both directions. I can cover the maximum of 8. And now the reflection is the 9th. No other cube can do that. So we now know there are 9. Since there are 9, I am going to go 1 with 8 missing, and I put that there. So since I went the invert to what the 8 was, and this is the 1, I will go the invert of what the 8 is. You see there's 8 on this side. I'm not going to hold the 8 up because I'm already with the 1. So I'm going to hold up the other side. And I hold up this side over here. And then we get the 1 and 8 being replaced with 1 and 6. So if I go ahead and I take a look at the 8, 6 and 2, I have to get a 6 out of this. And the only 6 I want to see is Mars, number 51. It's the Mars god. Six. 51 Mars guard. 52, 62. Whoop. Hold on a second. Where was that? Where was that? Okay, so I had 62 and I had 51. I had 51, 51. I have 62 and 62. So when that's happening, 88 and 66, that is your gateway. 88, 66. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. I got to do that again because it tells me that when you're first or you're second or you're third, you're the first of your kind. Because once you become number 4, right, it don't stop. Because number 4 for the TH world goes all the way to 20th. But we have to work in rows of 3, strands of 3, or which way do the strands come in? Because if the strands come in this way, we have to understand how to read one of these dice cubes. If the strands are coming in, Or is the dice cube on this angle coming in squarely? But it can't go in anywhere unless it has the lines to follow. It must follow the same concept as the paper. So it's first, second, and fourth is the first of its kind. So why do we get the 20? Why is 0? Well, all zeros equal to 6. But the extension from where it began from 28, time heaven, B and H, K, T, headquarters, H, Q, Z. I like to look at that as headquarters. BKT, and that would be 222,888. So it would be 8 times 222, and it would be 2 times 888. And they both equal 1776. But at the same time, this one will equal to 666. And this one will equal to, see, I got to go 3 times 8, 24. 3 times 8, 24. 3 times 8, 24. Equals 6, equals 6, equals 6. Multiplication equals 8, equals to 14. This total equals to 42. 2 times 4, and it all starts all over again. Equals to 14. You add up the 3 of them, but to a single digit Pythagorean count, it adds up to 33. And that is in mass rotation. Mass rotation because 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals to 12. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals to 3. It's part of pi. It's in rotation. These two numbers are part of creation of the 1/4 and 1/2 world, but they're split up into threes. Yes, split up into threes, 1/4 and 1/2 world. You see what happens, okay, is when you draw an X through here, the center shows a quarter inside its world. All of these will show the half world. And you only have 1, 1, 1, and 1. So you'll either have 1 and 1/4, or you'll have 1 and a half. The thing is, everybody connects to the center. So everybody's automatically working with the quarter world. So I'm not sure exactly how it all goes together, because if they were 4 separate cubes, okay, it could mean that this is the docking station. Is there separation before these 4? No, we can't look at it that way. We have to look at it as a sort of a form. Not really sure if I should be looking at Tetris pieces now and how that formation comes out. I still have to do a lot more studying about this. So let me get back to what is this over here. So this 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 will equal to 4 and 5. That is the fox, and that is also noted to be the sun. There are many, many, many other words that will equal to the same numeric value. When it's a 3-letter word, 3 by 27 forever equals 281. The fabric, is the fabric made from Venus? I don't know, but every time I look at Venus, the first thing I see is Capricorn. And I see a ram. Okay, I see Venus as climbing the rocks. I see Venus standing everywhere. I also can see that there's a long channel running. You see, this is where I understand it to be the ram and the Capricorn. But at the same time, okay, I see that tunnel running all the way down. I'm not sure which way, if I want to look at it this way, okay? It can be the E world tunnel, I don't know. It can be the letter M. It can be what's carrying the water from one to the other, connecting the two sides. That's why I'm saying it's the fabric. The minute you drop the water into that area, it ignites the secondary world and everything changes. Imagine finding the formula to tap into this earth and controlling by just 1 speck of a degree over time mixed up with that great food that we're getting served by those lovely animals that are just all brought into that warm house, all cuddled up together, eating that concoction so they can grow so big, and then we can eat it. And from creation, we reconstruct who we are from what we eat. It's silly to think, and silly not to think, that when you eat something that was growing, that is alive, we are a byproduct from a seed that ate what? What grew that we eat. So at what point and how deep and how much time, for the little time we have every day, should we pray and give to that? And that time has been taken away from us, working 40, 50, 60 hours a week and not understanding the system that we live in. So much lost time in the life we live. It's a life's experience. Wouldn't you believe that the life experience we're having right now, whether whichever realm that it is in, is for one of the greatest reasons, if you take inside of you and understand the greatest reason we are in this turmoil today, it is today you prepare for tomorrow with your logic and ration and understanding that alone you can get destroyed, and alone you shall do your greatest work. So there's a balance, and we are fighting who created us. The universe, from where we came, Mother Nature, constantly turmoiling all over the place, causing havoc. But we live in the haven. We live in this great big haven, but outside there's a war going on. Rocks and stones and all kinds, all the elements you can ever think on the scale of elements, from A to U. What do you mean from A to U? Well, everything came out of from A to U. The A is what is the first letter in the alphabet. Of the English alphabet, I'd like to say that sometimes I say I'm not the smartest guy in the world because I don't know certain things. There's a lot of things I don't know because of the other things I know. Certain things aren't of importance, but maybe they're important if I need to explain it to somebody. So what I want to do is I want to reconstruct the alphabet again. I want to, like through my thinking, when I see the letter S, for me it's a 5 or an S. There's a reason why it might be the S, and there's a reason why it might be the 5, but irrelevant to the fact it's always drawing in number 5. Give me a minute. I'm going to the kitchen. Actually, it's 29:07. I will be taking till 32 minutes. So wherever you are, if you're still here, leave me a note. Write me something. It says there are 3 currently watching. It would be so nice if somebody would just say something. I'm going to get back, and I'm going to get to number 17. I'm going to get to October. I'm going to get to 1 and 4. That we all started this. January 4th is tomorrow, which is the 4th day of the year. And I talked about number 4. It is the greatest gap on a cube. It is 22 and 55, which is Earth. It is 64, which is the value of 0, Israel, Zion, which creates DC. And there's a continuation of everything. You see, the invert of the 4 is going to be the 3, but the invert of the 6 is going to be the 1. So it's 1, 4, 6, 4. This side, that side, the same way that Venus gets to go this way and this way. Then we mirror Venus. So I'm asking, there's a half-life, right? Oh, yes, I just want to show you this one piece. So when I'm piecing together these numbers in gematria, okay, 1, 3, 5, in which the 1, 3, 5 is the sun. I like to call it the sun. And the reason I call it the sun is because the 13 ball, okay, in pool is orange, while the 0, 5 is also orange. One is a stripe. You rest in peace. And what is a solid? Not resting in pieces. It's a solid. It's for life. It is number 56. It is the fabric of life. Number 56. This is taken as 50. I don't care which way you want to look at it. That's the way I look at it. This will recreate number 5. This, okay, is the reflection of number 5. It is number 9. And the 4 is inside of all of these. The D4, okay, is the fabric. Okay, that is Mars. Now, is it Mars that broke into 2? In which they called it the Venus Project? And to connect between the 2 of Venus, they used Mercury to connect the 2. They put it together and they called it number 5. So they went 1 times 2 equals to 2 Venus. And then they went 1 plus 2 equals to 3 Earth. When Earth meets Venus, they all have to meet, in which would be what? It would be 2 times 3, 6, or 2 plus 3 equaling to 5. Where would they meet? Would they be meeting in Saturn, or would they be meeting in Jupiter? Well, understanding that 1 is the multiplication, meaning that everything was cut up into 4. So they're talking about Venus right now, cut up into 4. When it was added, okay, Earth was added over here. Now Earth is being added and multiplied, as well as Venus is being added and multiplied. So instead of Venus being what she was, she is now 6. And she is also 5. 6 is of the light here. 2 plus 3. 2 times 3. So I'm not really sure exactly how these numbers should come together. How should we bring the numbers together? Because 2, 3, and 5 is right over here. What are 2, 3, and 5? What are 2 and 3 and 5? I can explain to you that 3 is part of 1 and 2. But what, so 1 is no longer in play, but 1 plays inside 5 and inside 3. So I have to untangle this just a little bit, because there's other things that I do in which, hold on a second. Holding it linear, eh? Here's another one of those same designs. Don't forget, the dice cube can also go this way, right? It's this way and it's this way. When you turn it this way, look what happens to the paper, right? They call it the tree of life. Well, if it's the tree of life, this is the length of your tree, but this would be how big your tree is, because this is the natural paper. So how many, what is the core of life? What is the number of inches with this over here? I should measure it. I should measure it. Hold on a second. It's very funny. I have a measuring tape that's holding that up. It's a measuring tape, but we're not going to do that tonight. But if it's the tree of life, right? And we're going to have to turn this. And well, should we turn it only halfway, like a rainbow, and make our measurements this way and see how long the tunnel is? Because when I was on my deathbed with my heart attack, You know, it looked like I was going through something like that. It was tunnel. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Or is it actually the measurement would have to be from here to here. So I have a ruler, right? And that measurement is about 13 inches. Yeah, I got about 13 inches out of this. Wow. I got 13 inches by, I got blue all over this by about 11 and something. Okay, Y11, 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 Y12. And let me put this book on the side. This is a measurement. This is the Mayans who showed me how to do this. And the reason for that is because the cycle of 7 and the cube running the cycle of 7 and the Mayans running the cycle of 7 and 9 and 4, 13 and the Mayans running 7 and 13 on their calendar. 9 and 4, 6 and 1, 8 and 6, 4, 9 9 and 4, 6 and 1, 7 and 6, 4 and 3. It's funny, way 24 creates 68. It's a mirror. This becomes 3 times. This becomes 2 times. So starting to see a story that develops within. So this is squares. They're all connected together. And this would be 1 and this would be 6. What I do is I go from, actually this is wrongly, oh no, that's rightly done. Okay. What I do is I go, here's number 1, the square. So I go from this corner to square and this corner to square. I need to envelop the whole square. And then I drag it over here to the top of 6. And I come from the back corner over here and I drag it to the left side of 6, grabbing the whole square. Then I go from number, this one, okay, is 1. Okay, so this one over here is number 4. Or I can, whichever one you want to use, because it's upside down on the telephone, right? So if I went 7 and 6, now I'm going to go 4 and 3. So this one's number 4. So I envelop it here, and this is 3, and I just draw my line, and I end up with that box. And here's another one from the other direction. And the French call this accent aigu, accent grave. Another thing, like accent aigu, the accents. And then sometimes they call them both. So if they call them different ones, they're probably located like over here, right? But if you call it a circumflex, which does this, is what happens, okay, is when, let's say number 6 and number 6, and here's number 5 and here's number 5. Do you remember the design I just made? I'm just going to show it to you again. I need a little bit more light. In which this is 1, 3, 5, and this is number 7. I'm very upset that I have this here. This is something else. This is another piece. So this is number 7. So what happens is number 6 comes in right over here. Now the other numbers, the other number 6 is going to come in over here. And then the 5 is going to be over here. So everything splits at number 5, and here you start with a half area that is lost. The second half area of the in-between is lost to what is 6 and 6. You follow what I'm saying? 1, 3, 5, 7. Here's the 7th gate of gematria. Let me see if I still have that piece here. Yeah, right over here. I'm going to go get something to drink. Take a look. Note that if you look really close, the top is number 7. The top is number 7. Top is number 7. Top is number 7, 6, 5. You see, I didn't do it the way I should have done it. So maybe stare at that for a minute. I'm going to take a 2, 3. Let me see what time it is. It's 40 minutes now. At 43 minutes, we're going to begin, if you don't mind. I need a little bit of a break. Maybe I'll leave this picture here. Here's another picture that I liked. Okay, this is from Reboot. Here's Tesla. Here's Tesla over here. Here's what I believe this, I don't have that. Let me see. Copy image. Hold on a second. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, I'm going to go for a little drink. Take a look at this. There's a reason for this whole design, and inside of Tesla's number are different cubes in different positions, or the positions the cubes can move. I believe I see another thing about 1, 3, and 5 and orange. I'm going to come back and talk about orange, 1, 3, and 5. Okay, I'm going to make sure 1, 3, and 5 and orange that I wrote it down. Orange. You also have apple. You know, apples and oranges are comparable. So we're going to use the OR and the AP. The AP can mean many things. The OR can mean many things. OR can mean gold in French. Gold can reflect the club because it's number 3 and 8. Number 3 and 8 is the calculation we previously did with ho, ho, ho. 3 times 8, 3 plus 8, which equals what is who. 3 times 8 is 15, O. 3 plus 8 is H, which is H. And the total of 15 and 8 is 23, who. I'll be back in a minute. Take a look at this. Take a look at try to eliminate 3, 6, and 9 if you could. I will be there in 1 minute. The Galactica. Okay, I lost how to get back on here. Hold on a second. Okay, let me remove this and see if we can get back to, wow, the beginning. I had started with, who is I am, if I am, who is it? At the door, I am. Then we got to the DNA. ND in second. A beginning as first. Instead of ST, ND is what happens into the game. There is no ST before there is an ND. One between two, passing between two. Where was that? Where was that design? Okay, we lost that design. Okay, where was I? Okay, so because there's so many things going on and I switched subjects, let's finish with number 14. We have the gateway. Everything becomes to a reflection as the world turns. As the world turns, let's see if I can. The world of numbers, how they turn. There's many ways for how they turn. Okay, I mean, I get just, if you want to just take a face of numbers, okay, a basic face of numbers on how one can express on how they turn, you will have 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. And then if you turn it, you're going to have you're going to have 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. And if you turn it again, you're going to have 3, 2, 1, 6, 5, 4, 9, 8, 7. But in reality, you won't have that because you're going to have your 9 over here and your 6 over here. That's what's going to happen. So if I want to really redo this one and how I see it, okay, is this one over here, well, we're going to go E. This one over here, we're going to go 9, and then we're going to go 6. Now, this one over here, if you look at it, looks pretty funny, eh? Sorry, this one over here. I'm never sure if it's a 2 or a 7. But basically, the 5, okay, when it's designed squarely, okay, the 5 remains a 5. The 1 never switches. The 4 looks like an H, and the 7 looks like an L. Anyways, this is just basic perception. But now what we're really going to do is we're going to make the numbers walk in games. This is a basic calculator. I mean, I don't have to, if you want to see 12, here's 12. 13, I need to jump over 2. 14, I have to jump up 3. 15, I have to pass through 3. I have to jump over 3, and here I have to pass through 3, through the cross. Well, what's in between 2 and 4? It's 3. Rational logic. So I make my game based on rational logic. It is what it is. If I was to fill up all these areas, in the game of roulette, all these areas are full. But these numbers are now elongated. They're more rectangular than square. At the same time, in roulette, you have 12 numbers per set. Roulette is showing us, and because it's through a professional game made by somebody, roulette is showing us the 1, 4, I'm going to have to do it up and down. Roulette is showing us 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, 25, 28. And I wish I didn't do it that way and I would have slowed down. But as you can see, 1. As you can see, 1. As you can see, okay, when we count in roulette, I'm just going to go over here, 31, 34. The end number is 36. Okay, now if I was to count the alphabet in singular form, my alphabet would end over here. And the new alphabet would start over here if it was continuous. If it wasn't and it was just flipped as a mirror, my next alphabet would begin over here. And if it was counted as they count the DNA, the way the DNA twists, I would twist it here. And then I would put 36 here and 34 here. So which way is the alphabet going to go? Right? Is it going to be a continuous route? If it was a continuous route, and if you're not understanding, you must have to ask and say something to me, which is which means it's a continuous row, 36 to 36, 34 to 34. You end up with 7268 or 7286, which is the gateway to the red sun. And it's the gate. I'm going to finish with this, go to this. Should I finish with why the gateway to the red sun? 6 and 8 is created by 2 and 4. 2 and 4 is the cat. 2 and 4 is the number 5. 2 and 4 is the number 9. Where do you get the 9 from? You get the 5. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 3 and 2, 5. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals to 4 and 5, 9. 1 and 4 together represents a quarter. 1 and 12 together represents a half. If I add 1 through 12, it equals to 78. If I add 1 through 14, it equals to 105. The difference is 27. 27 forever. Always that separation. 27, and you got 27, you got 13.5, and that is your value to your sun or man and Venus. But Venus was split up. That's how she became 5. And how does she pass? She passes as AC/DC. However, the AC/DC power influx works, because man, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 3 and equals to 4. 3 and 4, which is DC from AC. And it's DC from AC from in rotation. Do you remember this multiplication? When you use 9 blocks, that multiplication only shows a divide at 4 and halves at 4. One area divides in quarters. If the area divides in quarters, what's the value to the area? Apparently, the value of the area is 3.5. Somehow, I have to figure out that true value. What I'm talking about by a true value is from this way to this way, it's 3.5. From this way to this way, it's 3.5. To get to the center over here, it's 3.5. So to go down 1, to go down 2, to go down 3, to go down 4, the total of the center becomes number 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But what about from the top? So it becomes 14. And then add 1 more 7 for the pole equals to the 21 cycle of the gateway of creation in the sun. So from what we started, where it was 2 and 3, now we have 1 and 4. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals to 4 and 5, or 5 and 4. This word would be sun. This word would be fox. O and X and O equals to 39, and those are the 10 angels. The word angel or angle is the D, which is the number 4. And when you add 1 to 4, it equals to a total of 10. Now, because of what heaven is and what heaven is retained to, is nobody owns the heaven other than what is the fabric of its creation, Venus. And the passage through the heaven, for the 4 times you pass through the heavens, that value is 5. So you're going to get 4 for 4 times passing, and then you're going to get 20. It's position 5. It is the 1 dot. So it's 4 times 1 equals to 4, and then it's 4 times 5 equals to 20. When you count from 4 all the way to 20, you get 114. The letter K, D, Kraft Dinner. It's creation of the delta angle. This will create 5. The mathematics of the 11 will not stop at 5, but will create 5. And we'll move on to recreate 11. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. And remember, 4 times equals to 1 equals to 2.
This is step A. Step B, 2 times 1 equals to 2. 2 plus 1 equals to 3. That's B. Now 3 times 2, so in Venus we have this, and in Alpha, Mercury, we have this. Now here in Earth we get this. We get 2 times 3 equals to 6. 2 plus 3 equals to 5. So now we take the dice, we go to 1 and 2, and we want to see what happened on the third level. So we take it, we flip it upside down, and we created 6 and 5. So it's not magic. It is creation. And the creation is inside the everyday games and everything we do, from sports, whatever it is, colors, sharpening, doesn't matter what it is. It is what it is. So now we're going to go into the next dimension, the number 4. And when you get number 4, it flips everything upside down. And I question myself, what is the 4th area? So I ask myself like this: what would be the 4th area? How would I be able to get to that 4th area? So here is my first, here is the split. Here is area 1. Then is this area 2? And is this area 3? Is my question. Or, and if you look at that, right, looks the way you're going all the way through, right? But that's one of my questions. Or is area 1 like this? Area 2, spread them. Area 3, spread them again. And then area 4 is you go down 4 and you create it that way. And then that's how you end up with the diamond face pyramid, by knowing how big the spread is to begin with. And that's the way it's done through Roman numerals. Roman numbers, when you go X111 or X11 or X1, which is 24 and 9. This is also 24 and 18, and this is 24 and 27. So this is Mars. By the way, this will be the 9th inning in a baseball game. And if it ends this way in the baseball game, there will be 27 outs for the road team, and there'll be 24 outs for the home team. The home team is leading. They do not have to play. They got the 24 hours of the day, and they did not reach the 28th out, because the 28th out is on Sunday. Because on Sunday, they say in French, dimanche, and dimanche means the 10th inning. So we did not go to the 10th inning. So therefore, at 27 outs, what you would say is the visitors have won. Because once the home team goes up in the last inning and they have all their outs, if they have all their outs, it means they lost the game. Otherwise, it's going into extra innings. In this one over here, the angel came. The angel comes with the cat through the 7th gate of the heavens of I. And it comes through the heavens of I through the 7th gate, because 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 will equal to number 6 and number 2 8s. We take 2 dice cubes and we see number 6. So for it to come through the 7th gate, we must see an 8. 5 and 3. 5 and 3, like I said, was the value in division all over here. And that's how they get through the gates. And to understand a little bit more, to wake us up, they even told us it was 35 to 1 when you play the game of roulette. It is now 35 to 1 for that center spot. And it's elongated because it's a block spot, that it comes in from all areas to come into the center. And it's 35, and it's 35 times what? Times 4. And if it's times 4, it equals to a total of 14, 140. But in reality, this is the world we're in. It's 40s. It's 1400 plus the 40 equals to the 1440 minutes in a day of 24 hours of the 7th gate, where they barred the 6. They barred the 66, and they implanted Highway 80, the divided roads, bypassing all the cities. So what does the city represent? The city represents the light. So the first place they attack is the watering holes. And I'm a little bit thirsty. I'm going to come back. I hope I feel the same zen on the way back of what's going on. If you have anything to ask me. Do not be afraid.
Let me see. Whoa, I lost my page. Yeah, I keep blocking users that keep just leaving 2, 3, whatever numbers it is. When you get something to drink again, I get float, I get really dry. So ask me something. I'd like to know what I'm doing. And we're going to finish off with what happened to ABC and get into the fourth dimension, why everything turns over. One of the major things is after 3 on a cube. Let me see if I can show you this. You see, after 4, 5, 6 on the cube, there is nothing else. You know, you have a backside. Well, so do the numbers. So on the backside, first of all, their center is 3.5, right? You can split that in half. You split the 3.5 in half, you got 1.75. Now you're talking. There's something going on now. So anyways, when you split this, when you take the 3 that you see, 1, 4, and 6, the 3 that are missing are 1, 4, and 5. You're missing 2, 3, and 6. So there's only, don't count the other 3. Just count the first 3 because that's their polarity. And not only that, when you have a dice and you roll it, it falls down and there's one that you cannot see. So you are all that you can see and the one that you cannot see. So even if you're calling number 3, oh, look, it's a 6. Ooh, I don't know, like you got 2 dice and you rolled a 6. On 2 dice. So no matter what, you rolled a 6 on 2 dice. That means 8 is missing. If 8 is missing, you rolled a 6. 8 is missing out of, hold on a second, out of 42. That means if 8 are missing out of 42, you rolled DC if you rolled a 6. 666 is DC, the gateway. I'm going to explain to you why. Here is number 8. If I say you rolled a 6 and I put my dice like this, I will show you one dice, multiply it by 2. 1, 3, 9, 14, plus 3. 15, 16, 17. You have 2 dice equals to 34, 8 missing, 42. That's the story. In DC, the cat is now missing. The cat is either the cat is missing. Why is the cat missing? Why did I say, oh yes, because the 4 is on the back side. We saw the cat again. The cat is also noted as number 4. Number 4 is the cat. So now we have the heavens, which are down. When these 6 is up, the light, the heavens are down. The heavens also noted as 44, the heavens. You can also do this. You can go 3 and 5. So imagine if 3 and 5 are down, we will have the same result, will we? Let's take a look if that's the same result. We had a 4 and 4 result. Now we have a 5 and 3. Let's see. We have 2, 3, 8, and 6, 14, and 4, 18. We have 18. You see, with 3 and 5 as an 8 down, we have up 18. Venus is up. When 3 and 5, when the E world of creation is down, does that mean it's plugged in? Now, what if we had 6 and 2? So we have 4 and 4 down. We have 17 and 17, which is 3 and 14. 3 up, 14 around. 3 up, 14 around. So we're going to put UA. Hey, maybe that's what AU is about, around and up. So that will equal to 17. That equal to 34. This equal to 8. 8 and 7. Very ironic. 8 and 7 created by 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. 1 gateway and 1 divided gateway.
And when there's 1 and 7, right? You're going to have 2 and 7 also to go through. And then you're going to have 3 and 7 to go through because they're all linked together. It's standard that A and B go together to create what is 3 and B, the life inside the gateway. So we had another 7 and 8. This is many times I've been seeing this combination in my work lately, the gateway. That gateway is through our moon. Where else? So when you have this scenario here, when you have a third cube come into this, that'll be 51, and this will equal to 12. Now, in this scenario, when this equals to 12, like this is your standard modality, okay? Remember, this is what happened. A and B, we stood on it. You stand. You stand on A and B, okay? And the best A and B you can get is ace 10. Okay, remember that. That's the way it is in blackjack, okay? So you have it on standard. Now, the A and B is ace 10, and ace is valued at 11, and the total is 21 for blackjack, which, by the way, the letters are 2 and 10. And when it's 2 and 10, it's 62 and 16. This will equal to 12, but add 66. 66 and 12 equals to 78. Why? Because the 10th letter, all zeros will equal to 6. There is no 8. We have to fabricate to get 8. All sides have 4 corners. You see that? All sides got 4 corners. There's 24 corners on here. For each side, there's a corner. 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. 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 What a sweet 16. 4 and 4 corners. Those 4 and 4 and 16 corners is 4 by 4 equals to 16. 4 plus 4 equals to 0. 8 created by 8 times 4, 8 plus 4 equaling to 32, equaling to 12, equaling to 44. And when it's minused, okay, it equals to 20. And 20 right away is the peak of a pyramid. 20 is 4 worlds. 20 is passing through this 1, 5, 9, 8, 5, 2. This is your 20 and 10 because you have passed through 5 twice. And then you're going to go 1, 9, 5, 3, 5, 7. So here again, you're going to get your 20 and your 10. But when you go through this area to come here, I don't know if you can get there unless you go through one of these other areas. Because remember, 5, 1, 5, and 3, okay, need a conjunction. Let me do this here. Because it's a 9 area, I'm not sure if I should do this way. Because it's a 9 area, I'm going to do this real quick. Because it's a 9 area, if I want to connect, let's say, 1 and 5, the only way to connect 1 and 5 is this. So I've connected one piece of the 1, one piece of the 2, one piece of the 5, and one piece. And the reason for that, okay, is because when I go to connect the next one, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, when I go to connect the next one, 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to have that same area space that's over here. See, this one is going to come down over here. See that same area gap that we have? So I'm going to be connecting another one. So I'm always going to be creating that area gap. I like to call that the cement, where the cement gets blotted in. So we have that gap, and that's the way so anyways, to make a long story short, you're going to have the 1, you're going to have the 2, you're going to have the 4, you're going to have the 5, but you all must go through number 3. And number 3 is connecting you all. So it becomes 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 1, 3, 2. That's a standard understanding for me. Three currently watching. Hey, what's going on? Okay, so this one over here. So over here, I know it's all written all over. I hate doing it like this. I wish somebody was drawing next to me exactly what I'm doing, but not like this. Okay. The next one is number 3 is over here, and number 6 is over here. But the connection here is number 4. 4, 5, 4, 2, 4, 6, 4, 3. I don't know if I should be taking all of it in this context, but this is the connecting numbers. And then you would have the same thing up here. I just call it rational creation. That's all. And then I would be creating this one over here. And with each one, there's always a roadway in between. And then these 4, okay, and then these are all connected by this number 5 in the center. Number 5 is going to connect everything. So what we're going to do is, hold on, this, and this, and this, and this. So where is and what is the one dot in the center of all these cubes? What is that one dot value? Or is the one dot value, is this cube actually telling us about this? What is this telling us? Is it telling us about this setup where you have 9 cubes altogether, and over the 9 cubes is 4 cubes, and the illusion that the 5 cube is the cube that connects all the cubes together. So 5, so actually 5, oh, hold on a second, this is 4, this numeric value is 6, and this numeric value is 7. And I am thirsty. I'm going to get something to drink. I'm going to come back. Hey, girl, squishies. Squishy, squishy. Just give me a second. I got to plug this in. Squishies for everyone. Tell me. No, I need to make my... Hold on a second. Hold on. Trying to find out the wire. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm just looking to plug in my... Wow, it's plugged in. How come it's not working? Okay. Yeah, so this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. Now, do you remember in the previous earlier on in the video where I showed you these blocks climbing? Now, these are 4 blocks. I'm using 9 blocks. I'm not sure if I should put them together. This might actually be showing me a tunnel all the way in, here to here to here, all the way through. And then maybe that's why it does this, and then this where it tails off like the cheese. Tails off like the cheese. Or maybe it's rising from the ground. Maybe it's rising up from the ground. And then you're showing us the lower version and the versions that we live on the ground for as far as the eye can see. That's it. Just as far as the eye can see. Number 93. So let me see. Where's that purple one again? So these numbers, I'm going to do this again. Let me go get a cup of tea. You don't mind waiting? Let me go get a cup of tea and come back. I want to do that again. I'm just a little upset at myself. Always upset at myself. I want to be perfect. I'm far from perfect. But let me get a cup of tea. What is it? An hour and 15 minutes. Let's take 3 minutes. Let's make it 1:18 and 15 seconds. I'm going to come back. Let's make it 3.5 minutes if you don't mind. Nobody's saying a word, so I'm not sure if we're all just ghosts. Let me go over this. There's so many connections, and everything connects, right? However you want to look at it. To me, this world is a psychological world, so everything is controlled psychologically. And even in its letters, we come into the world as the light, which is the letter F.
152433. The invert to the F in the cubic world. We come into the world as F. Let's call it AF. Okay. In fact, let's call it half. Okay. Let's call it half, because if we were going to put anything in the center of anything, we are going to put number 8 in the center of everything. Now, whether we're going to run diagonally, whether we're going to run horizontally, you run diagonally, it creates 45-degree angles. If you go bottom left, you're at 135 towards the sun. If you go bottom right, you end up towards between the 90 and 135, you end up in the sun. If you come out in the first 90 degrees, you end up in the Fox Pass. If you end up in the, so there's so many things, because the words and the numbers, you see Fox is 45. The sun is actually 54, but because how we create that sun through man, man is number 13, and we create 13. How do we create number 13? 1 times 6, 1 plus 6. It is the polarity of the cube. And that's what that is. But everything meets on Mars and Earth, created from Mercury and Venus. Give me 3 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Hey, what happened to my camera? I'll let you stare at here, how about if we stare at the floor a little bit? Another minute. Okay, I'm coming back.
Gotta shut all these lights now. Gotta shut all these lights. Okay, let me get this camera back. And let me check out, see all those questions, obviously. Okay, let's see where I am if I can remember. So this is what half is. The beginning of the alphabet and the ending in the alphabet is tha. And the reason for that, according to the alphabet, well, A is the first letter and Z is the last letter. In Pythagorean, it's A and H because Z is the 26th letter. I'm looking at the 4 houses. Now, when I show you this, it can also mean this. It can also be what is understood as this. And what this is when the connecting house comes together to create through what is 6 and 9 in rotation. This is what the beginning is. This is the divider between above and below. And when you divide the 2 houses on the 90 degree, it's not the same. You notice you pass around it and you pass above it when we use the, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure really what that means, but we're going over the gate in rotation. It's somehow there's a gear between these 2 that twist them so that while this is turning this way, as it's turning, it lifts up and it goes this way. And this, when this is going up, this is going down. When this is going down, this is going up. So this is my 4 areas. So this is noted to be the plus minus area, as this is the plus plus area, as this is the minus plus area, as this is the minus minus area. So you know these are the polarities. So would you be using this and this, or this and this? Or what is the average of this and this because of this and this? So what is this? This shows up, this shows down. What numbers are they? So I'm not going to get into that because I don't really know, but I just wanted to show you what 6 and 9 is. In 6 and 9 is the creation of 8 and the 7th gate. Seven, D7, and then the pull that runs through the star system. So 77 will create that 6-point star, 4 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 2. I want to see if I'm supposed to be, can I do it this way? Just trying to think how this was supposed to come off. After it gets to here, does it go this way? Just trying to see which way it fits. Anyways, that's how your 6. And what happens is the 26th letter. Remember, Venus, there's only 3 levels of numbers. A, B, C, 10, 20, and 30. There's nothing else. Everything is played between 10, 20, and 30 in standard death creation. So where is 4 and where is 5? Where does everything come from? Hold on a second. I'm just talking about numbers now, remember. I want to continue with my alphabet. So we understand now. Now the polarity of what is 8, okay? What is the polarity of what is 8? The polarity of what is 8 is 3 in the cubic world. So 8 and 3 are in love. C and H equals to 11. The red ball and the black ball, if you're playing the game of pool, you can look at the 3 as the K ball or the 11 ball. So you'd be looking at CK because of H. The heavens is what connects C and K from one world to the other world. We have to note that this is the 3rd letter and this is the 11th letter. A and B have been retired, okay? They have been ignited through A and B and A equals to 3 equals to 3. I'm not going to show you where it got ignited right now, but the polarity of 3 and 3 is 44, and that's where they get united. And this creates 33 or 1111. It's a split world. Everybody gets the same numbers. Polarity to 7 comes 11. 11 and 3, 11 and 4. 2 and 3, 2 and 4. Creation. Standard creation, A and B. S and T for first, second. Stand. This is number 18. I add this in. Let's not count the A. This is number 18. That is Venus. That is the one spirit. There is your S and T for the angels. The total is 57, and it's a reflection of the same numeric value of the moon, which is female and male, or the queen and the king, which is the polarity of 3 and 4. Now, would you like me to update this? I'm going to update this. See, the more I take them off, Vaztec. If you tell me that in English, okay, I leave it on. But if you're going to just throw up anything that I don't understand, okay, I just have to take it off. So it doesn't make any sense. And my cat just entered. I'm getting a lot of spam here. See, if I leave it up, they don't bother you. I'm going to leave them up, but I have to take off the cat right now. Guys, don't spam me, please. Don't spam me. I have things to do. We're bringing home creation. You want to be part of it or you want to go against it? Come on, we're bringing home creation. We're explaining how numbers work. Don't you want to look at it or you want to put up that BS on my page? Come on. I'm going to leave it up next time. You know that? Let the creator come see what you're doing. Let the creator come see. That's fine with me. That's fine. I'm leaving it up. Put it up. It's okay. I'm gonna unblock y'all. You're all gonna be unblocked in a minute. And this cat's got to come off of my bureau. I'm shutting. Let me see if I can shut the chat off. Chat platform support. Facebook groups, read, post. No. Post, read, Twitch, LinkedIn, Twitter, custom RNP. No. Okay. They have their own. Okay. So how do we get this on? Let me see this. I want to do something with comments, like stop the comments. No comments. Can't do it? No chat. Invite, share, mute. I want to mute the chat for now. Okay, it got quiet. So let's go on with the next piece over here. So what happens is 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 3 and 2 equaling to 5 and 6. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 3 and 4 equals 12 and 7. So standard. So why I spoke standard, for those who are still here, and I've changed the page so many times. As we were over here talking like an hour ago, what happens is 19, okay, is here is level 0. Here is level 1. Here is level 2. There are 2 levels in reduction. Now hold on a second. And then when you get into 30s, this is the 3rd level. It is A, B, C. This is possibly before creation, or do we put 0, the 15th letter in the alphabet, because of creation? Coming into the world through 1 through 9. Here it's 10. Once you get to 10, 1 is started over again. So this is B. This might be A, but this would be AB. And this would be AC, and this would be AD. Where would it be AD? Hold on a second. 28, 29. Yes, right. This is, it goes up to 28. ABC 28. That's where it is. It stops at 28. This is the 3rd part. I'm going to explain it to you. 2 plus 8 equals to 1. So 1 starts over for the 3rd time over here. For the 4th time over here. The first time is here. To here is 1. Although it starts here as 1, it's complete. Its first one is over here. Its second one is over here. Its third one completes over here. Although it's its 4th one, its 3rd one completes over here. Its next one is at number 37, and that's where 37 comes into this position over here. And then 46 comes into this position over here. And then 55 comes in position over here. And then 64 comes in position over here, noting that this numeric value over here in this position, this number 19, is where the passage is. And that is 57, 38, 19. It is in the moon. You have to also understand that when we are counting in numbers, let me see what that was. 19, 19, 19. We count them to a single digit to see where they originate. So this would become 3 and 27, which will create the word in. 14 and 9 equals 23, WIN. The 2 and 3, or the T and C, time creation, the 20th letter and the 3rd letter in 23. So it'll be T and C, which is G, and X, which is the gateway. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, will create what is the 7th gate. It'll create S and U, the spirit of alpha beta creation. It'll be stand, and this is gate. Reverse alphabet, reverse alphabet. This is, how can I say, in the 4th dimension, the W is in the 3rd dimension of its creation. There's a polarity between, or a love between W and X. That means there must be a love between T and C, or a hatred between T and C. And where I get this from, sorry, did I say that right? Here's a polarity. And if this is a polarity, then this one has to be a polarity of 2 different letters, I'm thinking. Yes, this is its polarity. That's its polarity. These are its love. Okay, T to G and C to X. In between, there's going to be a love that they both connect to because they're polar. And that love is usually noted as 3.5 because it's the heart of the cube. So I'm going on the basic numeric value of the 7th gate. And I probably shouldn't. But anyways, inside this word 27, you will have the DNA of the sun. It'll also create the balance of 5, 9, 14, the EI world. Instead of AE, it's EI, but it's all going from A to I. It's the AI world. This one is the beginning, one is the end. Now, if we have to duplicate it, will I have 9 over here? So I have a 9 total here. So that means if I have a 9 total here, I have an 8 total here. Although it's 9 and not, excuse me. This is 1 all the way to 9 equals 8. 1 all the way to 9 equals 8. That's what I mean. So if I'm counting 1 all the way to 9, okay, it equals 8. Oh, it's 8 and 8, right? That's the thing. That's 16. I'm trying to figure, because if it's 1, I'm just trying to figure out what it is. If it's 8 this way, it's 9 this way. Yeah, it's 8, 1, 9. It has to be. We can't have the 9 on this side. Only the 8 can be on this side. In fact, the 8 is like this. And the 9 is... I shouldn't even be doing it. This is the way it should actually look. This is 1, 8, and 9 in reality. The 8 equals to 40. And the 1 area in the center, which is the 9th area, equals to 45, because 9 equals to 45. 9 times 5 equals to 45. You cannot have the 6th side. The maximum you can have for everything is 54. 9 times 6 equals to 54. With that said, 9 times 5, which is 1 all the way to what 5 is, because if 1 gets inverted to 6, it is just the polarity of what it is, so it cannot be. It will be 2 all the way to 6 and 1 all the way to 5. So even if this number, okay, 1 to 5 equals to 15. So 9 times 5 equals to 45. Now 9 times 6 equals to 54. So now what I'm going to do next, I'm trying to look for what this is. Now I have to minus a certain value from this. I'm not really sure what it is. 45 minus 9 equals 36. 54 minus 18 equals 36. Okay, so this is the alphabet counting from J all the way to R, and this would be the alphabet counting from S all the way to 28, cycle of the moon. Why? Because when I reduce to a Pythagorean single-digit count, 2 plus 8 equals to 10, 1 plus 0 equals to 1. Okay, whoop, this is the third level. Sorry, 27. It's not 27. It's, hold on a second. 18 through 27. Sorry, it's 27. 18 through 27. So I have to reduce it 18. So that, oh, and that's 27. I have to do 1809. Now I'm even mixed up. Hold on a second. No, sorry. First of all, 2 through 6. 1 through 5 equals to 15. 1 times 5 equals to 5. I don't know I have to start this all over again. Oh my God. I think I'm going to stop the video. I'm a little mixed up with the value. Okay, you go over here, it equals to 15. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 1 equals to 9. This equals to 54. Then we're going to go 2 all the way to 6, which equals to 20. This we're going to call the pool game. This we're going to call the darts. This is also going to be noted as 4 times 20. This is going to happen 4 times. And this is going to happen 4 times. 3 times and then 4 times. 3 times for the polarity of this cube, the E world. The center of this 3 and 4 is number 5. So even though 6 and 1 are the greatest distance, and to meet at the center of this cube is 2.5, the closest one is the 3 and 4, and the value is 0.5. So 2 through 6 is 20. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 2 is 18. So now if I went to the third dimension of this, there is no third dimension in this. It stops here, my numbers. So it stops at the sun. It stops at the Fox Pass. It stops at the I world, which is the AI world. A through I. In between is the connecting port of E. But it is H and I that go together. It is A and B that go together. It is AA that created A to create AB. So there's too much intricacy in here that I am not well developed in, so I can't go any further than explaining that A times B8 plus B will equal to now 5. A plus B equals to C. So now what I have to happen, I have to replace A and B, and I'm going to replace A and B with J and K. So now what I have is 3 and 11. And this is where the game of pool sets in, creation in the game of pool sets in. This here would be 10, 21. So if J gets K as A got B, C must get D. So we will get 7 and 21. And again, 7 and 21. This is the cycle of the zodiac. So we go C, D, E, and then we have, this one is 72 and 17. 9 and 8 equals to 17. So we have, I'm just trying to see what this is, what the polarity of this equation is. This is 3 and this is 17. Five and 17. Six and 5 and 17. I'm looking for the whole equation, 7 and 8 and 15. This will create 14. This is where they come together. Okay, now I have to explain this whole thing. Oh my God. I think I have to stop this video. I'm just tired. A and B. 1 times 2 equals to 2. 1 plus 2 equals to 3. H and I. 8 times 9 equals to 17. 8 times 9 equals to 72. 0, 2, 0, 3. These two equations equal to 89. 8 and 9 equals to 17. Because this one is going to continuously stay the same, we stop on 17. Here it's going to be equal to 0, 5. There is no such thing as 0, 5, so it's now going to be 65, which is now going to be 11. So it's going to be 11 and 17, which is to the cycle of 2 and 8, and that is your cycle base of creation. And they both meet up over here. This is what this creates. This will create Q. This will create Q in the heavens, the 1 through the 7th gate, 17. And where is that 17? 17 times 3 equals to 51, Mars. Plus 17 equals towards the 7th gate of DC. Towards the 7th gate of DC, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. Now we go 17, 17, and 17 equals to 21 and 3 equals to 33, Mass, like in Christmas. If you want to go to this number to a single digit, or if you want to actually 3 plus 17, can I do it this way? Equals to 20. 20 and 15 is 71. A and G, that is the greatest gap. That is going to equal to your gateway, the spirit through the gateway, 71. And your gateway ends up to be 7 and 3, creation of the gate. It's not 5 and 3. It's one of the creations. It's 1 plus 2. It's not the 1 times 2. So it's 1 and 2 that creates this. This one is a complete formation of 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, AC/DC, that creates this through alpha beta, 1 and 2, 1 plus 2. Then we're going to go to the next 17 inside of this, and that will create 4 and 1, and that will be the sun. And your 5th 17 will equal to 58, which is the blue world between 5 and 8. Don't count this 9, because both this 9 and this 1 end up over here. We're only playing from 2 to 8. From 2 to 8. We're sitting on the cross. B-E-H. He be. Hebrew. The next, if you want to go to the next level of this, we're going to end up at 66. So that was 3, 4, 5. So on the 6th level, we are at 66, 666. And that's through Mars, the duplication through Mars, 666. Now, what's special about this is what the French say. What the French say. The French say 10, 7. They repeat it. They repeat 17 at 77 to Christ. And they repeat it at 97. In French, they say 4 times 20 plus 10 equals to 90. So we didn't use 40 or 50 to get to 90. Then what we did, in order to get to 80, we went 4 times 20 equals to 80. We wanted to get to 70, we went 60 plus 10. But 60 is a combination of A, B, C equals to 60. It's standard. And then A, B, C, D. Now my question is, how do I do this? Should I have started with a J in the front, saying I am to the 10 value of A, B, C? I should have just wrote Jacob to the 10 value of A, B, C. And to create 70, right, in French, there is no 70 reality. It's 60 and 10. There is no 80. It's 4 times 20. There is no 90. There's 4 times 20 plus 10. So what is 60? 60 is 4 times 15 equals to 60. It is 3 times 20 equals to 60. Here you have the game of darts. Here you have the game of pool. So now I know the game of pool relies on Mars. And the game of Earth, the game of Earth relies on the darts. The game of Mars relies on the pool table. 3 and 4, they're polarities. Another thing to know, this is inside with Mercury. I'm just trying to think. Yes, hockey. Hockey works in 20 minutes with a 15-minute intermission. There are 3 strikes on Earth in darts. There are 4 balls. You take a walk. We have to bring everything into its own understanding. Hey guys, leaving all these notes, why don't you tell me what it's all about? Because we don't understand them. You know, it's so much easier. Or is it just robots? I've been attacked by whatever it is. How do you stop that? I think we have to have a different way to page this thing. But anyways, there's probably a lot more I can talk about. 17, 18, and 19. 17 being Mars, 18 being the sun connected to Venus and the angels, as well as the heavens of birth because of their numeric value. We connect everything, and what I do is I like to connect it through here using the dice cubes, using this over here, understanding the calculator, right, left, up, down, all my fingers, and communication, angle of transmission. Say hello to everybody. Say hi. Thank you for watching. Peace and love.